Hi guys. So today we are going to understand another few more questions about the Power BI interview, which will help you to crack the interview. Today we'll be covering role level security, the performance, and some other important advanced mode or whatever advanced options if you face those scenarios. So now we are in the part of the advanced questions where they will be testing your knowledge if you really worked on those scenarios. Let's say you want to hide some data from this specific thing, you want to integrate this, you want to embed this, how the mobile works, how the service works, how do you manage all these things? So basically, let's start with today's questions without further delay. So to start with, explain the concept of role level security, which is nothing but in short RLS, okay, in Power BI. So you can start with RLS in Power BI is a feature, okay, that allows you to restrict the data access at the role level based on the user role or attributes. We are going to understand this soon with an example, but this is the theoretical part. Okay, so you give one line theory, okay, and then you give one example. So this is how you complete your answer when any question has been asked in an interview. So this is what your approach should be. Okay? So to complete this theoretical part with RLS, you can define filters that determine which data rows a user can see in the report or a data set, ensuring that users only access to the data that is relevant to them. Sorry. So now here we are trying to restrict the data. So suppose you have a business, so many regions, across maybe 5 or 7 regions, right? You have a region manager for each region. How your branch work and what your customers are, how much what's growth and up and down side of the revenue. So you want your region manager to see only the data for that region, or maybe for the customer, maybe only for those customers see the data of other customers within the same region, but not out of the region, right? With that way, you control that they are not in the competition, they are not seeing the other regions information, and it might impact your business. If everybody knows your high level information about your business. So how do we restrict this data? You have a reason information in your Power BI model. You have a user information. Every user has an email ID. Every user logs in with a username or email ID, right? There are two ways. So in the relationship model, we, have create a relationship between user, the branch information, the location table, and then the fact of revenue and other tables, right? So everything is interrelated, right? So suppose you wanted to filter out based on the US, you have one table where you are specifying these regions which are allowed, right? So if that particular email ID is only able to see the specific reason 1, reason 2, right? Then only those data will automatically get filtered because you have an inbuilt relationship inside the model, right? So for that, if you wanted to know more in detail, you can see another our RLS video in detail. But this will be enough for you giving an answer for a Power BI interview question. Okay. Now let's go to the next. Next question is, can you integrate Power BI with Microsoft tools or third-party application, right? If so, provide some examples, right? So what you can do is, yes, Power BI can be integrated with other Microsoft tools and third-party applications like, you can say with Microsoft Excel, SharePoint, MS Teams. You can also do with Azure Data Factory for data orchestration and transformation, right? And then what are the other third-party tools which are non-Microsoft, right? So you can say Salesforce, Google Analytics, right? And these are the external source you can face and play with it, right? So Power BI support largely. So they wanted to hear your understanding or your experience that have you ever experienced other than the Microsoft umbrella, and have you tried to fetch those data? Maybe they will give you S3 bucket, which comes from as Amazon, cloud storage, right? For the Azure, you will be having the blob storages, right? But for Amazon, you will be having S3, right? So they wanted to hear, have you ever faced a cross client which is not in your domain, which is not in your expertise of your technical like Microsoft, but well, it's possible. Power BI has the capability. You should say, yes, it can do it. Okay, so let's see the next. Next question is, what is the Power BI mobile app? Okay, and what functionalities does it offer? Okay, So basically, they wanted to know, have you ever designed a report which is accessed by your mobile, or a user or audience, or maybe your stakeholders are accessing from the mobile, and what advantage they are taking? So you can answer in that saying that, yes, there is a on Power BI provides on-go access to Power BI dashboard reports and data. It allows users to view, interact, and share insight from their mobile device. The app support offline data viewing also. Suppose the person is going to the flight and he wants to download the reports and he wants to analyze when he's in the flight, on the flight mode on his mobile, right? Or maybe in his iPad, right? Yes, it's possible. He can do that and he can analyze the data and utilize this time, right? So this is a wonderful example to give someone. Okay. So there are a lot of other ways you can read through. Okay, pause it and read through. Okay, so the next question is, have you worked with Power BI gateways? If yes, explain its purpose and how it is used. So when the gateway comes, this is a very interesting question. Everyone thinks it's a different way, when a gateway comes. So let's understand a simplified theoretical way. So you can say yes, and start saying yes confidently. Yes, I'm familiar with Power BI gateway. It serves as a bridge between Power BI and on-premises data. What does it mean? Earlier there was no cloud. There was no Azure and AWS or Google, GCP, right? Google Cloud platform. Right? So earlier every business was handling their own server and they are all configuring the server and making it public, and then everybody is accessing your business, your employees, your customers, right? So everybody is doing it, handling by its own. But now everything is on the cloud. Cloud in the sense, Microsoft, AWS, and GCP is managing those servers, but giving everything to you, everything to your business, access, installation, all the permissions. You can set it up. They are giving you, so they are offering as it will be low cost if they will operate, and because we have to change the hardware every 4 years. Anyway, let's continue our question. The gateway enables the secure data transfer, allowing Power BI to access and refresh data from sources like database or file residing in private networks. User can configure and manage gateways, ensuring the data is up to date. In Power BI, reports and dashboard, even when sources from on-premises system. What does it mean? Suppose some servers are still having the secure database that is not on the cloud. It is running on the company's private network, but you still need the data from that, right? So using the gateway, you can install a gateway into that server, and then that gateway will be used to fetch the data from the Power BI report from this gateway, because you are authorizing a software inside the server which is interacting the database internally and giving you the data. So it's a bridge between your company's private network and your public network, right? You are authorizing it. If Power BI is not directly accessing the database which is in your company's private network, right? So I hope you understood the gateway. Gateway is a bridge. It can do a lot more. It can also support the third-party external sources and can fetch the data irrespective of whatever it is, right? Okay, so let's see the next question. Next question is, how can you enhance the performance of Power BI? Again, this is a common question and it will be definitely asked in every interview question. So to start with, you can say, you can optimize the data model, use measures, what measure means? Replace calculated columns with measures to perform dynamically. What does it mean? First, you need to understand what's the difference between measure and calculated columns. What is expression based? What is direct? What is A plus B and what is text expression based, right? For that, see our previous video if you want to know difference between measures and calculated. Okay. Now, see what else? Data summarization. Sometimes there are a lot of aggregated functions is being used. So we have to limit the amount of the data loaded into the visuals. We have to use summarize techniques. We have to take care of, are we giving everything or are we summarizing and giving to the visuals? If you're not summarizing and giving everything to the visual is processing its own and summarizing and aggregating for us. So that's not good for visual. You have to perform a aggregated data, maybe in a Power Query, maybe in a data modeling, data transformation mode, and then you apply that table to visuals, Power BI. Okay. Then data refresh. Schedule the regular data refresh to ensure the data is up to date. Optimize visuals, right? It means limit the use of complex visuals. Do not try to bombard with your report or dashboard with unnecessary and good looking visuals. Sometimes you don't need it, but just for UI richness, you are using it and it's killing the performance. So at the end, when the time goes by, customer or business is interested to see the numbers. the important numbers which they can help, which will help them to take the decisions for the business growth. So they're not focusing on the fancy things. They're focusing on the numbers and the accuracy and the the weight much faster. Okay, so I hope you got it. Use filters. So suppose you're giving a full report and then apply monthly filter, 6 month range filter, apply some region, apply country level filters. So when you do that, your Power BI report loads faster. Yeah? And if the person is interested to see, he can select all and see it all, right? But apply the by default filters when the page is loading. Okay. Now, what is next? Use performance analyzer. There is a very important video on the performance analyzer. How to do that? There is a separate video in our channel. You can see it. But for now, you can just put that when you talk about the performance, you at least name those things when you talk about the performance. That basically analyze and identifies the bottlenecks. What is the bottlenecks? What are the gray area where the Power BI queries are taking time to load the visuals? Okay. Thanks for watching. And if you wanted to know more interview questions, you can download our app, and in that you will get free SQL interview questions, Power BI interview questions, Snowflake, Databricks, and a lot of interview questions courses we are going to post free. No payment is required. Thanks for watching.